Move your hands back.
Pull your hand down,
Back and forth
back and forth,
toward each other,
toward each other,
away from each other,
away from each other,
and that allows the pillow to
allow our pillows
be a little bigger,
to be a little bit,
to be a little soft.
to be a little soft.
I fluff my pillow
I put my pillow
and I climb
and I lie
into bed.
laying into bed.
Notice that verb
Notice that verb
to climb,
to climb,
C-L-I-M-B,
C-L-I-M-B,
into bed.
into bed.
It means the same
It means the same
as to get
as to get
into bed.
into bed.
We might use
We might use
that particular verb
that particular verb
to climb into
to climb into
if we are very
if we are very tired.
for example.
For example,
You can also use it
you can also use
just to mean
it should to mean
to get into bed.
to get into bed.
So I climb into bed.
So climb into bed.
I set my alarm
I set my alarm clock
for 6:15.
for 6:15
For 6:15
for 6:15
in the morning,
of
course.
course,
And I turn off the overhead
and I turn off the overhead
light.
The overhead
O-V-E-R
OVER
H-E-A-D
SAAD,
all one word,
all one word,
is a light that
is a light
is on the top
that's it on the top
of your room,
of your room,
on the ceiling
on the ceiling
of the room.
of the room.
The top of the room is
The top of the room
called the ceiling.
is
Con nghe
called
vậy có hiểu không? Linh?
the ceiling.
C-E-I-L
CEILING.
I-N-G. So an overhead light
So an overhead light
is on the top
is on the top
of the ceiling, or
of the ceiling,
on the ceiling,
on or on the ceiling,
and I turn the overhead
and I turn the overhead
light off.
light up.
I lay my head
I lay my head
down
down
to lay,
to lay
L-A-Y.
LAY.
Here means to put something
Here means to put something
down.
down.
Usually we use that
Usually we use that
verb when we are taught
verb when we are talking about
people or
people
part of your body.
or a part of your body.
I lay my head down
I lay my head down
and I pull up the cupboard
and I pull up the covers
so I'm warm.
so I am warm.
And because I'm such a great
And because I'm such
husband,
a great husband,
I kiss my wife
I kiss my wife
good night.
good night.
To kiss someone
To kiss someone
good night
good night
means to kiss them,
means to kiss them,
and in a sense,
and is said
to say good night.
to say good night them.
Some nights
Some nights
I have trouble
I have trouble
falling asleep.
falling asleep.
To fall,
To fall
F-A-L-L,
FALL
asleep,
asleep.
A-S-L-E-E-P,
ASLEEP
means to go to sleep,
means to go to sleep,
to start sleeping.
to start sleeping.
Sometimes I have
Sometimes
trouble
I have trouble
falling asleep.
falling asleep.
But tonight,
But tonight,
I didn't need
I didn't need
to count
to count
any sheep.
any sheep.
The expression
The expression
to count
to count
sheep,
sheep,
S-H-E-E-P,
SHEEP,
is used because
is used because
we traditionally,
we traditionally,
when we are trying to fall
when we are trying to fall
asleep,
asleep,
some people say that
some people say
it helps
that it helps
if you try
if you try
counting
counting
numbers.
numbers.
So you start with
So you start
1,
with 1,
2, 3,
2, 3,
4.
4,
And for some reason,
and for some reason,
I don't know why,
I don't know why,
it is traditional
it is traditional
to count
to count
sheep.
sheep.
Sheep are a type of animal.
Sheep are a type of animal.
A sheep is an animal
A sheep is animal
that you take the
that you take
hair off of
the hair up
and you use
and you use
the hair of the sheep
the hair of the sheep
to make clothing,
to make clothing.
for example.
For example,
I don't need to count
I don't need to count
sheep
sheep
because I'm very tired.
because I'm very tired.
If you are not tired
If you are not tired
or you have difficulty
or you have difficulty
falling asleep,
falling asleep,
you might want to
you might want
try counting sheep.
to try counting sheep.
1, 2, 3,
1, 2, 3,
4.
4,
And by the time you
and by this time
reach
you reach
5 million,
5 million,
you should be asleep.
you should be asleep.
I nod off
I knock off
right away.
right away.
To nod,
To knock,
N-O-D,
N-O-D,
off,
off,
2 words,
2 words,
means the same as to
means the same as
fall asleep.
to fall asleep.
It's just another
It's just
way of saying
another way of saying
fall asleep.
fall asleep.
I nod off.
I knock off.
Sometimes people
Sometimes people
will use that
will use that
expression
expression
when they're at a meeting
when they are at a meeting
and it is very boring.
and it is very boring
At work,
at work,
and you may say to someone,
and you might say to someone,
I almost
I almost
nodded off.
knocked it off.
I almost fell asleep.
I almost fell asleep.
That usually happens
That usually happens
to my students
to my students
when I'm teaching.
when I am teacher.
Before long,
Before long,
meaning in a very short
meaning in a very short time.
Before long,
Long,
I'm fast asleep.
I'm fast asleep.
To be fast,
To be fast,
F-A-S-T,
F-A-S-T,
asleep,
asleep
means to be
means
completely
to be completely
asleep.
asleep.
There's a similar
There's a similar
expression
expression
that means the same,
that means the same,
to be sound
to be sound
asleep.
asleep,
S-O-U-N-D.
S-O-U-N-D.
To be sound asleep means
To be sound asleep means
that you are sleeping
that you are sleeping
completely. It will
completely.
not be easy to
It will not be easy to
wake you up.
you up.
Now let's listen to the story.
Now let's listen to the story.
This time
This time
at a native rate
at the native rate
of speech.
of speech.
At 10:30,
At 10:30,
I decide to get ready for
I decided to get ready for bed.
bed.
I decided to get ready for bed.
When I was little, my mother
When I was little,
would read me a
mother would read me
bedtime story.
a bedtime story.
I'm looking forward to
I'm looking forward
having that ritual with
to having that ritual
my own kids someday.
with my own kids someday.
I go into the bathroom and
I go into the bathroom
turn on the tap.
and turn on the tap.
I wash my face
I wash my
and
face
dry it with my towel.
and dry it with my towel.
I floss and brush
I lost a brush
my teeth.
and brush my teeth.
I have to admit that
I have to admit that
by this time,
by this time
I'm beat.
I'm beat,
So is my wife.
and so is my wife.
She cleans up when I
She cleans up
finished up.
when I finish up.
In the meantime, I walk into the bedroom and get
In the meantime, I walk into the bathroom. I walk into the bedroom
undressed.
and get undressed.
I put my dirty clothes
I put my dirty
in
clothes
the hamper
in a hamper
and I put on my pajamas.
and I put on my pajamas.
Wearing my slippers,
Wearing my slipper,
I go into the kitchen to
I go into the kitchen
get a glass of
to get a glass of water
water to put next to the bed
to put next to the bed
in case I need a drink
in case I need
in the night.
it during the night.
I pull back the covers,
I pull back the covers,
fluff my pillow,
rub my pillow,
and climb into bed.
and climb into bed.
I set my alarm clock for
I set my alarm clock
6:15 and
for 6:15
turn off the overhead light.
and turn off the overhead light.
I lay my head down
I lie my head down
and pull up the covers,
and pull up the covers,
kissing my wife good
kissing my wife good night.
Some nights I have
Some nights
trouble falling
I have trouble falling
asleep, but
asleep,
tonight
but tonight
I didn't need to count any
I didn't need
sheep.
to count any sheep.
I nod off right away,
I not up right away,
and before long,
and before long
I'm fast asleep.
I'm fast asleep.
That concludes part 10
That concludes part 10
of A Day in the Life of Jeff,
of A Day in the Life of Jeff,
and it concludes
and it concludes
this series.
this series.
I want to thank you for
I want to thank you for
listening.
listening.
Remember to visit our
Remember to visit our website
website at eslpod.com
sgspod.com
for more special
for more special courses
courses like this one.
like this one.
From Los Angeles,
From Los Angeles,
California, I'm Jeff
California,
McClellan.
I'm Chad McCullen.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
This course has been a
It has been
production
a production
of the Center for Educational Development
of the Center for Educational Development
in beautiful Los Angeles,
in beautiful Los Angeles,
California.
California.
Visit our website
Visit our website
at eslpod.com.
eslpod.com.
This course was produced by Dr. Jeff McQuillan and Dr. Lucy Say. Copyright 2006.